We're focused, man. We're not. Okay. Stop failure from happening. I just didn't do it to begin with. Because it really is. You bullshit yourself into contentment. And you know it's you who's holding you back. And that's a kind of accountability that a lot of people don't want. Hi everyone, and welcome to a twist on a deep dive Thursday episode, video, discussion, whatever you want to call it. I'm not in my room. I'm in my living room. And I'm going to switch up deep dive Thursdays like this often because, you know, me sitting in my room talking to you on a topic that's interesting or not interesting is just not interesting when I'm just sitting there in my bedroom, you know? I'm not like Clarissa Tells It All or like any of those episodes sitcoms that we had when we were little. It's not interesting when we are sitting in our bedrooms talking. So I'm actually going to do a get ready with me talking about playing small for this deep dive Thursday. So first and foremost, I need to get my spray. So already fucking up. I also need my foundation, which is in my bathroom. Oh my god. I think I do anyway. Yeah, it's in my bathroom. Oh my god. Just turn into a get ready, like a getting ready to get ready with me inception video because your girl ain't prepared. Foundation, playing small, no go. Did a video around this time last year about coming to terms with the fact that I've been really just not playing the bigger role in my own life. I've been playing small. Also been playing like the secondary character in my own life. Not good. I haven't been doing well with being the star and the lead in my own life. I am not packaging myself well. How am I showing up every day to the world, to people, for myself? Time to stop playing so small. And it came clear as day. It was just like, you can do better. Stop playing fucking small. That's it. And that's what I haven't had, is a balance of knowing what you want and going for it, but then also being really real with yourself when you know you're not doing it, when you're half-assing it. And that's what I've really been doing. I've been completely half-assing a lot these past like few weeks. How do you bring yourself to the table? How do you present yourself to people and to the world? I just want to feel high vibrational in every aspect of my life. In that video, I really just talked about how I'm not doing the best to get the best out of my life. I'm not presenting myself well. I'm not exhibiting the behavior of someone who loves themselves, who loves their life, and who wants to put their best foot forward when it comes to loving their life and loving who they are. And so from that point on, I try to do a complete 180 and do all the things that I know that would help me put my best foot forward. But it did not help. It didn't help because there was many deep-rooted things that were driving that behavior that just didn't change overnight. I remember I tried doing a video called I Put Makeup On every day for a week to see if I can actually get into the habit of presenting myself well. And that lasted a week. Like, I did it for the video, and then after that I was like just done because like I didn't want to do that anymore. It just wasn't the best thing for me, and just putting on makeup is not putting your best foot forward, but I'll get more into that. Really, foundation on my foot. Ooh, wow. Long story short, it's been a year, and if I put the video here, you saw that it kind of drastically changed. I drastically changed my look, my outlet on life, my mindset on life. So outlook, mindset. I also changed like my look. In the video, my hair was not done. I was 30 pounds heavier. I was in a job that I did not like, in two jobs I did not like, because I was in a regular accounting job. I was also in a waitressing job that I hated, that I kept telling myself I was doing for the money, but essentially I was doing because I was alone. The waitressing job helped me have company on the weekends, though I had to work in a place where I did not like working. So that was bullshit. Should not have accepted myself to that, but I did because I didn't want to be alone at some point. So I got into a job that I genuinely hated, and everyone knew I hated it. But anyway, so that was there. So my hair wasn't done, no makeup. I keep saying makeup, but like makeup has actually a lot to do with this. But hair wasn't done, wasn't taking care of myself. physically, mentally. I was drinking a lot, I was smoking a lot, I obviously wasn't working out, wasn't eating properly. When it came to work, I would just roll out of bed, put on something comfy, and work appropriate. But a lot of things I wore probably wasn't work appropriate. Maybe wash my hair, definitely would brush my teeth because that was like an absolute must, and then get going. Um, and no matter how hard I tried to actually get up and, you know, do what I have to do to have a better life and to actually have, you know, have a life that I actually like, to put my best foot forward and not play small, to play the biggest I can, I couldn't do it. Essentially, there are reasons behind that. Again, it's been a drastic change, and I say drastic because my mindset is not where it is anymore from last year. The way I look at life, love, relationships is different. Do I have work to do still? Yes. But I mean, I think I can definitely be grateful and happy about where I am now as compared to where I've come from, and I think that's the biggest part. You may have not arrived. You don't fully arrive. You may not have arrived to a certain image of yourself yet, but when you look back, there is always a difference. Yeah, so I'm definitely different, and I'm very grateful for that. What I found is a lot of playing small. It wasn't just about behaviors. It was the mindset behind that behavior, like why I was doing it. And for example, because we're in here, we're doing it right now, is the makeup. And later on, you'll see me put on a little red hair hat, a little wig. And even then, I had like a belief system against that. When it came to makeup, I felt like I didn't have to wear it, which is fine. Everyone has a preference to whether or not they wear makeup. But behind that preference were reasons that relied on external thinking, relied on external factors like what people thought or what people said about makeup and girls who wear it. So mind you, I wasn't the best looking, and I'm saying this from just how I represented myself. I wasn't the best looking. I wasn't skinny. I wasn't fit at all. Like, I'm telling you, I was out of shape, out of mind, out of pocket in all senses at the time. But one of the things that I wouldn't do is wear makeup. I would just put on, you know, regular clothes and call it a day. But the reason why I put that is because I didn't want to put on makeup because, one, I didn't quote unquote want to alter my appearance. And then I found that was rooted in men saying they don't like women who wear makeup. That was rooted in men saying women lie when they put makeup on because it alters their faces a lot. Who should give a fuck about what other people say? Especially men, when it comes to how you do or what you do with your body as a woman. And so that was the reason behind not wearing makeup. Also, I was like, oh, I don't know anything about makeup. I don't know what to use. It's expensive. I was just kept piling on different excuses as to why I don't wear makeup. And this is obviously not any talk to say you have to wear makeup and to get makeup because it'll change your life. No, it's all about thinking about why you think these things. What are they rooted in? That is what I've been saying for all these videos. What you think sometimes can be rooted in a place that's not so good for you to be thinking from. You can think you don't want to wear makeup, or you can prefer not to wear makeup. That's fine. That's fine, as long as it's coming from you and not, you know, other factors. I didn't want to wear makeup because I didn't want to be like that girl who changes her appearance with makeup. I refuse to contour. I refuse to highlight. Bitches highlighting. I used to say, I want a guy to see me for me, to see the real me before I have makeup, before he sees me with makeup. I am Crystal with or without makeup. It's me, Crystal Lee. Whether I have a hair hat, whether I have a bonnet on, whether I have a beanie on, it's still going to be me. My personality doesn't change. I may put my head up, I may put my chin up a little bit more when I'm rocking a nice look. But my personality is the same. It does not change. I'm finding that makeup is just really, really fun to deal with and play with. I held myself back from that because of of the perception of others, of the opinions of others. Then, what's so wrong with me? Because now that I wear makeup, I just feel more creative. I'm, you know, painting essentially. I am being creative with how I put things on my face. I'm presenting myself well. Like in one of my vlogs, I talked about how I thought I wasn't deserving of wearing makeup. Like I didn't want to be that girl again on the camera wearing makeup or having to wear makeup. It just changes, one, my videos. I'm coming to you looking bomb. I'm coming to you looking fresh. I'm coming to you with a certain kind of confidence. Not that, again, not that the confidence would not be there, but it's just like, gives you extra wow factor, and I love that about it. And also, if I were to just stroll out of bed, put on any kind of outfit, I look so cute, and talk to you about these things, I just don't feel like I'd be in the right mindset because I haven't prepared myself to do that. When I'm sitting here, consciously thinking about what I'm gonna say on the camera, about the topic, getting in the headspace to actually talk about that certain thing on camera, when I'm preparing myself physically and mentally for it, I come to the camera and to talk about my topics with a certain level of je ne sais quoi, with a certain level of competence and a certain level of proficiency and confidence. Because these are things that I went through, but if I like go out of bed and just talk about it, it doesn't have the same zing, I don't feel. Again, the environments that I do it in, like sitting on my bed, can be improved, which is why we're doing this. But essentially, how I dress and what I look like is at that level. Makeup didn't necessarily change my life. It just changed how I perceived myself. Understanding where the mindset of not wanting to wear makeup came from helped me figure out that I have some beliefs about myself and about other things that were based in external factors. That begs the question, what other thoughts or beliefs or sayings we have about ourselves of why we do things, why we don't do things, and how many of those are rooted in reasons that don't include us, or reasons outside of our body. To get real dough up in here. We're baking. Really crazy. Like I would never have thought to do this to my face, but it's so therapeutic just to like work on your face like this, to have steps to get a look. I'm asking you, what statements do you make that defends your behavior in playing small? These statements like, regular statements like, oh, I can't do that. I would never be able to do that. Good for you that you can do this, but that is not it for me. I can't do that. You know, I also just never wanted to be the person who tried to put makeup on and then just did it wrong. So to stop failure from happening, I just didn't do it to begin with. Which can be a reason why we have statements like that can never be me. I don't know if I can do that. Good for you, but that's not me. I'll never be this. I'll never be that. I can't do that. That's something that I wouldn't do. Those things, if started in a small way, can be the catalyst to you becoming a version of you which you've never seen before, but it's a good version of you. It's something you can be proud of. Ask you again, what have you said to yourself lately that has spurred you to play small and not actually bring your best foot forward? Realizing a lot of these things that we say keep us in a form of contentment, keeps us at the same level of living that we've always been living that hasn't been serving us. You're not doing yourself or anyone any justice by saying the same. Honestly, it's so great when you actually do something, when you finally put your best foot forward, when you try that thing that you have been not trying for this whole time. You really do see what you're capable of. If you fail at it, that's fine, but you'll never know unless you try. And as cliche as that sounds, it's true. You fail forward. You can't just stay at the same level and expect life to be different, or expect to wake up one day and just feel different. You have to actively make the choice to continue to move forward without knowing the outcome, without knowing your capabilities yet. All these thoughts and saying that could never be, I don't feel like doing this, being in environments that don't serve you, being around relationships that don't serve you, can just keep you where you are. And that's so frustrating to think that there's a part of you that hasn't unraveled yet, that's going to be beautiful, but you can't see it yet because you haven't put your best foot forward. And I don't mean to say all this to guilt trip you, but I'm saying it's the reality of it. And that talk that I had a year ago, I literally was like, cutting the bullshit with myself. Because it really is, you bullshit yourself into contentment. When you face yourself and say, all right, girl, no bullshit. All right, guy, no bullshit. You haven't been doing the best, and you know it. That's when shit gets real. When you finally face those reasons, you can't unface them. That's why I think a lot of people don't like facing their shadow side or facing their bullshit, because once you face it, you can't unlook at it. You can't unface it, because now you know it's you who's holding you back. And that's a kind of accountability that a lot of people don't want. It's so easy to point fingers, it's easy to blame others as to why you aren't where you want to be. But essentially, at some point, it's you. We could talk about injustices of the world, inequalities of the world. Yes, they're there. Even as a black woman, I know that they're there. But I'll still strive to do what I can to try to get me forward. And any blocks or bridges that I cross that are obstacles, I'll problem solve and get past it, because I owe that to myself to do. I don't want to play small. You shouldn't want to play small either. I'm enjoying myself, and hope you're enjoying this talk too. I hope you don't feel offended, and if you do, that's because I've hit a button of yours that you know is true. I know. Another side note, being in tune with your body and working on the inner work, all the shadow shit, you can feel when there's a shadow being poked at and being uncomfortable by words that you're saying or somebody else is saying. Like when you're like, I've been in therapy, whenever my therapist says something that I know it's true but I don't want to face, I feel like a little like jolt in my body, because that's like that shadow, that dark side, that inner work needs to be done jumping. It's like releasing a demon. It's like exorcism when you're trying to push a demon out. It's like, no. So you can feel when somebody is hitting a spot that you don't need to work on. You can feel the discomfort in that. And that's why it's so important to be in tune with your body, so you can feel these things. I've been all over the place, but I feel like I'm hitting some points, so we're gonna keep going because the look isn't done. And I have 30 minutes. So let's kick this into high gear. Kick it in gear. Kick it in gear. That's the only way you're gonna get up out of here. Remember I said Old Country Bears? Oh no, Old Country Bear House has been knocked down. We're gonna move on to contouring, blush, and then eyes real quick. Contour, blush, and eyes, and we're gonna do that within the next 10 minutes. Another reason playing small comes into play is fear. Like I said, you're afraid of failure. I think we shouldn't be afraid more of what we stay as, not what happens when we try. And it's taken a while for me to get that mindset, because it's definitely different. It's uneasy to have that mindset, I believe. And it takes practice. Like anything, it takes practice. I tried doing a 180 and, getting good with playing small, or trying to play better, play bigger. And it's not an overnight thing. It takes a lot of work. A lot of things I'm talking about, thoughts and sayings that you have or that you say that encourage your behavior in playing small is something also called a limiting belief. We have belief systems, whether they were curated from our environment of growing up, like I always say, or just curated from trauma built over time, maybe friend groups that were around. But these limiting beliefs are what they are. They limit us. They're beliefs that limit us and our power, our abilities to really be great. And these can come from anything. They come from the people that you hang out with. Like they say, if you want to be rich, don't hang around broke people. I know. Some very big words. But essentially, if you hang out with people with the same mindset and you have an urge to go further, do you think those people can help you? I'm not saying cut them off. I'm just saying, what's limiting you? What are the factors limiting you? And if you want to change it, change it. If you want to stay the same, then go on about your merry little way. But analyze. Think through what's really limiting you. Is it just you? What are our takeaways? Crystal doesn't know how to do makeup, but she's trying. Also, deep dive Thursdays are going to be different. But anyway, moving on. Figuring out why you're limiting yourself with your capabilities in this world is very helpful. Obviously, you dig deeper into why you believe this and why you're saying this, and to get past that, to actually push yourself forward to be a better you, or to just stop being the you that you probably don't find attractive, or not attractive like physically, you find attractive like mentally, emotionally. Doing that, it helps you bring the better you to the world. It helps heal the collective and make everyone be operating from authenticity and abundance and fulfillment and freedom from any kind of chains that keep them content. And doing that is fucking beautiful.